Who is this Joker sequel for? It's not for fans of comic book action and adventure, but it's not for fans of art house musicals either. Lars von Trier's Dancer in the Dark was depressing, but at least Bjork is a talented singer. The trailers hinted that the Joker sequel would be a musical, but curiously left out the songs. The opening of the movie isn't bad. Arthur is in custody for his crimes and facing the death penalty when he attends a group therapy session focused on healing through music. The first song starts off around the 25-minute mark, and Joaquin Phoenix's singing does not sound good. It's not embarrassingly bad singing, but he hits plenty of flat notes, and the majority of the songs are performed by his character. He did his best Johnny Cash impression in Walk the Line, but does not have the chops to lead a musical singing jazz standards. Lady Gaga doesn't do nearly as much singing as you would think. So that she doesn't outstage Phoenix, her character sings in a restrained, wavering voice. There are songs sprinkled throughout the movie, but none of it shines in the way a musical should. The singing is highly expressive, but most of the time, the actors sound like they're straining to hit their notes. If the characters sang in huge, beautiful, confident voices, it would contrast starkly with the gritty, natural look of the mise-en-scène. The characters aren't supposed to be great singers, which can be used as an excuse, but why make it a musical if the singing isn't going to sound very good? Why even put Lady Gaga in the movie? There's one musical fantasy where she really starts to belt it out, and Arthur stops her because she's taking attention away from him. It's a self-referential joke, but it undercuts the romance between these two characters. It's not a good love story. There is little chemistry between the actors. Joker Folie et Deux is also an awful title for a sequel. In French it means Madness of Two, so just call it that in English. The movie isn't in French. The first Joker movie was light on plot. It hinged on Phoenix's ability to portray mental illness in a man conquered by his shadow. The story was basically a mashup of two Scorsese De Niro collaborations, Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy. While it wasn't original, it became a billion-dollar hit for its more grounded and sophisticated portrayal of a comic book villain. There was some concern that it was a dangerous movie, glorifying a mass shooter, and that it would instigate violence from the misogynistic incel community. Joker 2 decided to appeal to the musical theater crowd, but I don't think it was fans of Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly who made the previous movie a success. Before Joker, director Todd Phillips worked in the realm of comedy, most notably on the Hangover movies. He could imitate Scorsese well enough, but is clearly out of his comfort zone directing a musical. When the first song breaks out, there's an absence of choreography. Phoenix is ad-libbing a dance like he did in the first movie, only this time he does it in almost every scene. During one musical number, Gaga is singing in close-up, while the extras are just standing around lifeless in the background. The musical fantasy concept is half-baked, because it tries to maintain the grim tone of the first movie. The dancing is uninspired, and the song choices are basic. Couldn't anybody think of something more unique than just using a Frank Sinatra song? The movie tap dances on Sammy Davis Jr.'s grave. A Joker musical could have worked if it hadn't been as a sequel, and songwriters were brought in to write entirely bespoke songs for the movie. The whole jukebox musical idea, using standards and show tunes, makes it feel like an excuse for movie stars to do a night of lame karaoke. Phoenix sings Jacques Brel's heartbreaking No Me quitte pas, translated into English as If You Go Away, and he butchers it. The bulk of the movie takes place during Joker's trial for the events of the first movie. Characters are brought back to testify. It feels like filler to justify an unnecessary sequel. Did we really need the minor characters from Joker to come back and give monologues about suffering? It's good that these actors are getting work at least. Arthur Fleck having his Joker moment was the climax of the first movie. It's hard to have sympathy for his character after he murders 6 people. There's a subplot involving corrupt prison guards and police brutality, and despite the acting skills of Brendan Gleeson, it's not emotionally effective. There's no tension in the courtroom scenes either. Harvey Dent has no personality. He's a generic lawyer guy. By the end, I don't feel connected to these characters. The Harley Quinn character is subverted as she is somehow the more toxic one in their relationship. She lies to Arthur and manipulates him, taking advantage of his mental instability. Near the end, Fleck states that he really isn't the Joker, and his rabid fans all abandon him. It's a spiteful middle finger to comic book fans who understandably felt betrayed, but it was understood this story was not going to be part of the larger DC canon going forward. This sequel aimed high and fell short. The execution of its ambitious premise is lackluster. It mocks its audience for even showing up. The idea for this movie came to Phoenix in a dream, which is kind of crazy, and the fact that they carried it out without any input from CEO James Gunn or even a single test screening is insane. It was a trick on the audience. You would have to lose your mind to enjoy this movie. I'm convinced the only positive press was generated by AI. I saw Joker 2 on a half-price matinee on the Tuesday following its opening and was the only person in the theater. I felt embarrassed buying the ticket, but I had to see it for myself. It's the most disappointing movie of the year because it had so much potential. The most basic elements like cinematography and lighting are done well, but the story is a mess. Is it a courtroom drama, a musical, or a character study? It's being pulled in too many different directions and the seams are showing. No one is going to leave the theater with these songs in their head. There are no bops, all skips. Joker 2, Folie, Deux deserves a life sentence in movie jail.